Hello.
Hi.
I'm Carla.
Exactly the same
You
time.
go.
I'm Gilles.
I'm Carla.
And this is the video recap for the Elective series in January 2015. Lindy Resolutions, Part 1.
Yeah.
Week 3.
So tonight was all about being really clear in our lead and making it feel good. And also kind of putting you in that vulnerable hot spot of like us dancing with you and you know, not trying to call you out in front of your peers, but like, you know, addressing some issues, and so that we could all learn from each other in our small group work. And you guys did an awesome job with it, so thank you for taking that risk there. The first big topic that we talked about was being really clear on leading a gentle, subtle rock step with some stretch, going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're gonna have an out and in and out and in and out, and you really want to make sure that you're not just backing away from this, that your whole center is traveling in and out.
Yeah. Or that you're not doing this with your arms.
Yeah, raising them up or pushing them out from your body. We had that demonstration with the paper towel where if we're stretching our frame away from our body, that should drop to the floor. If I try to keep my arm with my body, it becomes a tight pull, and we don't want that. We didn't even get to our TheraBands. We'll have to use that next week, yeah? Yeah, so really subtle here.
You should try to like tighten your core and see how that feels, so that you can really feel you center there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe tighten your abs a little bit. Not necessarily when you're dancing actually, but just for the exercise.
Oh, and we did mention that like don't stop short on the in. Right, it is a full rock step forward here, right? And so if your center needs to go past your frame to make sure you're matching the energy, go ahead and let that happen, so that you're not stopping short and only having half of an in. Yeah, and we use that to be really clear to go into your swing out, right? So 1, 2, all you have to do is let your in continue there, leaders. Right, as you're following through, you don't have to like gear up to make it feel significantly different. Yeah. And then I did mention something else for the followers here about your frame, because I saw some frame breakage where your body wasn't staying with your arm and your swing out. So as you're going through, I saw quite a few followers turning kind of late with their leader. So we talked about keeping that spotlight on your frame and that relationship there with your leaders. Turn, and that will help to soften things. Also be careful that you're not looking through the swing out and anticipating, trying to help it along. I don't know it to swing out until it's completely done. Yeah, kind of hard in a class sometimes because you hear us say do a swing out. Then we transition to making a really clear clear lead in on the 1, 1, 2, and I just said in on 1, but I want to clarify, it's really a movement forward there. It's not like we're in closed position on 1.
Forward. Bow.
So even if you swivel, you should be able to move forward with that. My body's staying with my arm as opposed to 1 out here.
Yeah, and I mentioned it to a few of the leaders that you want to try to avoid doing this. 1. Bow. Where I'm traveling a little too early.
Yeah, too soon, yeah.
Right? If I start traveling when Carla is coming forward, I'm gonna have to go around her, right? Because she's coming forward, she's not there yet, so I can't cut through. I have to go like around like this, right?
Yeah, it becomes very circular.
Both inefficient and it kind of breaks the shape of the swing out. Instead, I want to wait a little more so that she comes here, then I can go.
And we talked about that last week too, like waiting till you feel the follower, and so you can time when to move forward on your triple step on that 3 and 4. Yeah,
this, right?
1, 2, wait a little bit longer instead of going so quickly there. Oh, okay, is that enough for our 1, 2, right? Yeah, that's all we did. I want to make sure though that actually quite a few people in the groups when I was working with you, that leaders, you're not, I know we didn't talk about it so much in the class setting, but you're not pulling on the follower on the 5, and that was a big topic in the groups I worked with, where on the count 4 to 5, leaders, your hand on this back was pulling the follower out, like you're kind of hugging the follower with your hand and kind of taking a chunk of follower to make this turn happen, like follower, get out of the swing out. And what I feel from Gilles is him turning his body through the swing out. So he's turning his body and his arm is actually super duper relaxed on my back. I don't feel any extra pull into my body there or hug to go down the track. So if you feel, leaders, that there's anything, I'm gonna lead now, where you are like, ugh, with your arm and accelerating, something needs to be cleaned up there on that 4 to 5 transition. Yeah?
Yeah. And one thing that I mentioned on that 5 was not to make it like a pivot step where you're going like this.
Oh,
right?
Like closing up and stuff?
Yeah. And instead, really stepping into it.
It's like a traveling step.
Boom.
You're like following the follow.
Boom.
Yeah.
Or like this.
Look at his line where he's going on that 4 to 5. Well, 3, and he's traveling with me. We're totally parallel here. I feel that, and it actually keeps the dance really relaxed.
And that's what actually gives the momentum for the rest of the swing out.
Yeah. Okay, so homework for the followers. I want you to work a little bit more on your swivels. So if you're coming out of your swing out, or even just basic footwork if you don't have a leader, from my 6, I'm a little bit wrapped up. I'm going to take my last triple step and I'm start to open it and turn it. So I'm going to go and 7 and 8. So my knees and my toes are both turning to the left there. 6 triple step. 6, 7, and 8. And I will say, start with a wider base instead of having tight footwork, because your knees are going to get in the way and you're going to feel all off balance. 6, open up. And then from here, you can just start getting your twist, where I'm going to use my arm against my body, so in opposition instead of with my body. And that would help you feel actually more twist through your left side especially. So if Gilles say, I'm going through my swing out, and at the end of my swing out, I'm like, yeah, super mad, prep for a swivel. And he takes me forward on the walk. I'm not gonna be like, oh, walk. Right, I move with my swivel. 7, 8, 1, 2. Right, and I take my time. 1, 2 to match the feel that he's giving me. As opposed to like 1, jumping into the swing out. Keep those twists going.
Inside.
That's okay. Now if I feel a really strong release onto a rock step there, right?
Hold on this one.
6, 7, I have to straighten out and go back. 5, 6, 7, 8, rock step. So what happens is I'm here prepped. Oh, we're going to do it this way so I can, 6, 7, 8, I twist out and I go into my rock step, as opposed to being like, whoa, I'm already committed to my swivel, There are ways that when he leaves it, I can still do my swivel in place with a stretchy feel that kind of absorbs the rock step. And maybe we'll have time to get into a little bit of that next week.
All right.
All right.
That's it. We got to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you next week.